Hey, welcome back to the channel. Got the super duper mega ultralight 138G 4S 5-incher on the bench. So I know that's a silly name, but I've done a pretty good job of summing this thing up. It is a wicked 5-incher. Okay. And I have tried and tried to get some film on it, ripping around, and I'll be honest with you, I don't have that much content on the channel lately because I have been working on so many different projects. Maybe at the end of this video I'll get to some of these things I'm working on, but this is one of them. Let's dive in a little bit. Let's check this out. I got some guys in the field. My wife was trying to. Some guys in the field was trying to film this thing moving around so you could see it, see what it looks like. What does this thing do? So yeah, stay tuned. That's where we're at. All right. So like I said, this thing is, just absolute nightmare to film. It's so small and it's so fast. I've tried different types of settings. Now, obviously, I don't have a professional photographer trying to capture it, but here's the best that I could do. I got like a little punch. I got my buddy's trying to film it, flying by. So like just real quick, let me show you that. I'm gonna rip it around a little bit and see if I get some video of this thing kind of doing a punch and a pass by. So just a real quick video. All right, you ready? Ready?
Oh no, I couldn't follow you at all.
It disappeared.
You ready?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go straight past that pole. All right.
Yeah. I don't know if it took or not. See, that's the thing. Some of these guys that I fly with locally, they have been in FPV, before me, and they're pretty wowed. They think this thing's pretty wild. I haven't made a big deal out of it because I'm kind of aggravated because this Beta FPV all-in-one board boasts a 35 amp ESC, and it really can't handle voltage spikes at all. The other thing is there's voltage leaking into the camera. So when you connect to the OSD chip on the flight controller right here, there's some voltage bypassing into the camera feed. So there's really not a whole lot I can do about that unless I totally disconnect it. Now I have an LC filter running here to eliminate quite a bit. So the video, the FPV feed, you'll see here. Let me go ahead and let me show you. This is the best I can do. Okay, I don't have a lot of equipment to film, but let's go out to the field real quick and we'll just kind of see this thing punch around and kind of rip around some trees, and the wife tries to run the gimbal a little bit. I don't know. Let me just show you real quick so you can kind of see some freestyle out of this dude. So we're at a really busy, I don't know, it's like the busiest road next to a park in the middle of nowhere I've ever been at. But let's go ahead and rip this thing, see what it's like. I'm going to put it right over here on this trash can, and we'll do a couple punches in that tree. Yeah, I think, it just rips. All right, you can see here's the punch out from earlier. I have to say the DVR footage recorded in the Fat Sharks is pretty corrupted by a lot of interference in this area for some reason. But yeah, this thing rips. I'm just gonna land here. I'll do a little punch. I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not. All right, we're on the ground. I don't know. What do you think about that? A little punch out. That's something else, ain't it? I mean, this thing is 200 grams all up with the 4S lipo attached to it. I mean, that's bonkers, man. I don't know. I'm just excited about this stuff. I got a buddy of mine, is Ray. He goes by Muggachucker as well. But man, he kind of got me into the ultralight thing, and I just kind of been messing around with it. And just power to weight ratio, this thing is crazy. But like I said, the flight controller still has a little something into it that I'm not real happy about. But I got another one I'm going to put together. I'll show you here in a little bit further along in the video, but I got some pieces and parts coming. But yeah, this park was pretty cool down in Darbyville. But yeah, so you can see this thing's pretty proficient at some macro. It does a mighty fine job. So let's jump back at the bench. Let's do look at some other things that are coming up and things we're messing around with. But I just wanted to get a chance to finally get on the channel some actual video of this thing moving around and what it's capable of doing, basically. Yeah, I mean, what do you think about that? I mean, that thing just, I mean, look at this thing. 200 with the battery on it, 200 grams. And I mean, it just bounces over trees. So the flaw that I'm dealing with, and I haven't made a big deal out of this, is that I'm not a super fan of the frame because of it's easy to break. I did a video on this, and I actually snapped this one off with my fingers. So I wasn't real happy with this frame. And the Beta FPV flight controller, all-in-one board, I'm not a real big fan of. So I don't want to make like a big deal of it, but this is something else. I mean, this thing really rips for the weight and power to weight ratio. Now here's the cool thing. This is kind of why I want to do a video on this, because I talked to Serge a little while back at Pyrodrone. Now I don't have any affiliation with Pyrodrone. I like working with them because I can call them on the phone. They answer my email. I mean, it's a good company to work with. You're trying to buy stuff, and hey, can I get a measurement of this or whatever. But I don't have any affiliation. I don't have any affiliate links or anything at this point in time. So this is all me. But talking to them, they came out with this frame, and this frame is exactly what I've been kind of looking for. The whole pattern is a single hole pattern, so it's not like wallered out. So you have a bit more meat around the motor mounts, a little bit more motor protection. So you can see here's the motor protection of the other one. So I think this is a better design. This is kind of the Source One kind of went to this design, the open source frame. And I do like that. And then the thickness and weight and everything's about the same. But this one has like frontal impact bar here. So I'm going to call it that, frontal impact bar, if you will. This one kind of has some side-to-side braces, and that's great for rigidity. And then also the other thing about this frame is it has more space between the standoffs. So I haven't built this up. I don't want to boast too much about this frame, but I want to let you know, I'm going to build this exact quadcopter like after months of playing with this thing. And really, I mean, this thing is really fun. Like, I'm really surprised how fun it is. I mean, is it as fun as my 5-incher? I don't know. I mean, it's kind of a contest, really. This is a different animal here. This is a really fun quadcopter to fly around, and for the weight and the power and everything. So I'm gonna do an HGLRC has a all-in-one board, and I heard it's pretty good. And I actually have a buddy of mine that has built a ultralight, like a 1606 motors, and he's built himself a TBS ultralight. I got some pictures of it. Let me put that up real quick so you can see. All right, so he's built himself this TBS source frame, and he has the HGLRC all-in-one flight controller in this, so this thing's pretty wicked. I thought I'd show a couple pictures of it.
So he has the this all-in-one flight control. I haven't opened this box yet. I'm trying to do some, I want to do some filming. You know, the frame comes with a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, it even comes with an XT60 and some wire. I'm not really sure why they included that, but hey, the more stuff you get in a single purchase, the better, right? So there's all kinds of stuff in here. And I'm going to do a toothless, Foxeer toothless nano with this. And then also, I mean, not to make this video too long, but I have an XM Plus here. And the reason why I purchased this XM Plus for this build is because a lot of people have been contacting me privately about the XM Plus and the Radio Master. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull this out of the package, like straight up legitimate, pull it out of the package and figure it out right on the film. So that everything that I would run into issue-wise is going to be documented in the film, so you can kind of see that. So then in the future, when someone says, man, this XM Plus is just not binding, or I can't get this to work or whatever, I have a video of why. So that's kind of why I got this one going. I have a HGLRC Zeus. I'm going to totally recommend this VTX. I grabbed a couple of them while they were still available. It's what's in here. So the little Zeus VTX, man, this thing totally, I mean, the video is crystal clear and this thing flies quite a distance. I'm really impressed with that tiny little VTX. So yeah, I'm really excited to kind of build, I'm going to call it a better version of this quad. I'm hoping that the weight is near the same. Obviously, I'm going to use the same motors. I have a whole pile of these motors. I bought a bunch of them as much as I could. These are the 1408 Mamba motors. This is what's on your GT349. This is what's on your ER349. Just a really, really wicked motor. And the tuning that I've done to this, these are cool. They're not hot. Running a 5-inch bi-blade. And these peanut butter and jelly props, I'm going to have to give them a big thumbs up. I've put just a ton of different 5-inch props on this thing. I've actually put some 4-inch, couple different 4-inch props on it as well. And it just flies so good with these props. So I tell you what, that's what's coming up on the channel. I've just been really messing around quite a bit with, you know, like this build. This is the old school build that I did, like a quick video, like a 4-hour build video. I've crushed down into 30 minutes. If you haven't seen it, maybe I'll put a card up here. If you haven't seen it, it's kind of fun to watch. You know, if you never built a quad, or you kind of want to see how I do things, you know, there's a little bit of planning that goes into it, but I try to make my builds as clean as possible. The least amount of things that can go wrong, you know, but this thing has been a lot of fun. I've been tuning it, and I think it's 357. It's a Betaflight 357. And I think this one's 355. So this one's 355 and this one's 357, if I remember right. I'm not messing with this one. This one flies really good, so I'm not messing with him. However, on this one, I think what I'm going to do on the channel is take this to the newest Betaflight and play with filters and show how I do my rates, like literally a tuning video. Haven't really done a tuning video on my channel. I mean, there's so many ways things can be done. I don't know. There's so many ways stuff can be done, and you know, there's so many ways that are right, and everybody can have an excuse, you know, or an opinion. So this little dude is something else. I hope this video is worth watching. I know I haven't put very much content on the channel, but I just kind of wanted to get back with you on this one. I'm still messing around with them a little more. There might be some other things I do, or I might find an all-in-one that I just absolutely fall in love with. But I know one thing. I'm not paying $90 to $100 for an all-in-one flight controller that doesn't have a 32-bit ESCs in it. I will tell you that. So check it out.
Hope this was good for you. And you know what? If you liked it and you want to see future content, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. If you hated it, man, you give it a thumbs down. It all works. Enjoy the breeze.